I'm a gay conservative, and I get a lot of hate online for that. My question for you is, what do you say to people who tell me that my marriage isn't going to be valid after Trump gets into the White House?
Well, first of all, that's just false. Okay, Donald Trump, I'm going to speak for myself, but I have deep confidence that this is deeply consistent with Donald Trump's vision that he stated for the country as well. I said this at Madison Square Garden the other night. You want to know what's funny? It's funny you mentioned this. Marissa is your name?
Yes.
So I said this. I actually got a lot of, not a lot, but a little bit of pushback for this the other night too, right? So we were at Madison Square Garden, and I said one of the things that Donald Trump is going to do for this country that he doesn't get enough credit for, certainly from the media, is I think he's actually going to be the president who unites this country. I actually think that that's true. And so I just looked at the audience, and this is in New York City, admittedly. I mean, and that was a hell of an event. I mean, you got 20,000 people in the arena, 200,000 people lined up outside. I haven't felt energy like that in a long time, and it did not feel like second place energy, by the way. All right, it was first place energy that night. I looked at the audience. I told them, look, I want to address black Americans. We want for you what we want for every American: clean streets, good neighborhoods, safe jobs, good jobs. But we also want a country where you're not judged on the color of your skin. You want to judge on the content of your character or your political beliefs. And then I addressed, and that one didn't generate controversy, but then I got one that did. I said, my message to gay Americans is this: you're free to love who you want, to marry who you want if you want, without the government standing in your way. But that doesn't mean that boys should be able to compete with girls in girls' sports.
100%.
And that doesn't mean that we subject our kids to over-sexualization or genital mutilation or chemical castration. And I think we should be able to draw those distinctions. And I think one of the things that happened, this is getting a little bit spicy in terms of things that people don't talk about. When you put the T into the LGBT, that's when I think things really went astray. Because think about the contradictions here. So you guys were at a university, let's be a little logical here. The same movement that for a long time said the sex of the person you're attracted to is hardwired on the day you're born, now says that your own sex is completely fluid over the course of your life. Like, it doesn't make sense. You can't believe these things at the same time. And so I think there is a deep tension between the L and the G
100%.
in LGBT versus the T. And I think the fact that you mishmash all of those into one movement really was just about hostility to a conservative or even a pro-American world order. That's what it was. It was an anti-American strain. But you take the T out of it, and my view is, you know what? I think that I don't think, and maybe you'll disagree with this, I don't think that somebody should be forced to officiate a gay wedding if it violates their conscience or their religion, which is actually what they're forcing people to do right now, or make a website for those weddings. I believe in true freedom in this country. Yeah. So you're free to love who you want, marry who you want, if you want, without the government standing in your way. But let's not actually bring our children into this with indoctrination at a young age, especially on gender identity. And if we do that, I think that's a big part of how we're going to make America first, stand for all Americans, and build our coalition to something that actually loves this country more broadly.
Perfect answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.